So this one is a synoptic one because you've got to use ideas from various different parts of the syllabus to get right. So take your time, think about what you know to solve this problem. It's a time when all of your definitions from year one are going to become really, really useful. You need to be fluent in them. You need to know if you've got a frequency, that's inverse the time period. You need to know that if you've got a spring, then you can work out a spring constant, and that's the same K which is in the mass spring equation. You need to be slick at applying those different principles that you've learned throughout your physics. Toy hanging from a spring, so I'm straight away thinking, this is a simple harmonic motion question, isn't it? The toy has a mass of 0.66 kilograms, okay, so that's M. Hanging freely on a spring, spring extends by 4.5 centimeters, so that's delta X is 0.045 meters. Now I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of equations. Firstly, the toy is pulled downwards, released, it undergoes simple harmonic motion. So it is certainly SHM, so I'll go to my SHM section. Which one is it? Is it a pendulum? Is it a mass spring system? Well, I hope you realise straight away that's a mass spring system. And they want me to calculate the frequency, so if I've got a time period, then the frequency is just inverse that. So, well, I don't have K, do I? But it is a spring. I'm going to presume it's going to work by Hooke's law. So my next equation is going to be writing down my Hooke's law. Force is K delta X. I don't know force, but I do know M, and I know G is by its own weight, hanging freely. So mg is K delta X, and I want to know K, so okay. So 0.066 times 9.81 over 0.045 gives me a spring constant. And simply time periods inverse the frequency, so F is 1 over T. I don't think you do get that in the equation sheet, but I think you ought to know that by now. So I'm just going to do 1 over answer is 2. Give me to 2 sig figs, so I'll give them it to 2 sig figs for hertz. Okay, it's a 5-mark question. One is for figuring out a K, one is for using the equation, which means plugging some numbers in, figuring out a K. Then that's 2, use of this, so putting some numbers in, use of this, so again putting some numbers in, and finally the mark. But obviously if you see 2.4 hertz, then you're golden. You're going to get those marks. All right, well done. Okay, really interesting question. You're only going to be able to do this type of thinking, this type of problem solving, if you're practiced at it. Go back to your textbooks and find the hardest questions that you can. Go back and look through the derivations that they've done. Look through the times when they're bringing in different areas of the syllabus to solve a problem. Practice makes perfect in this case.